I just wanted to let you know that this is the full version of Build Showcase 20, and all of the other parts are going to be the beginning of this video, and the end is the new content. So if you want to see that, skip to the end, and remember, hit that like and subscribe button. And while you're down there, go check out my map. That would be pretty good, and I would love the support. So yeah, go back to enjoying your video. Hello guys, it's me Chillman64, and today we're gonna be playing some more Minecraft, or just making a new build showcase. And it's been quite a while, and as you can see, it's Five Nights at Freddy's. And this is actually gonna be build showcase number 20. This is part 1. Yes, this is part 1, because this is gonna be huge. This is gonna be the biggest build showcase I'm ever going to do. It's going to be the original Freddy Fazbear's Pizza, the new and improved Freddy Fazbear's Pizza, Fazbear Frights, and FNAF Whorehouse. And I've already covered these in build showcases, actually a couple of times at this point. But here's the difference. This is going to be new, because I'm going to release all of these maps to the public in one, completely for free, and nothing is required. And this is just how dedicated to the craft I am, and it's going to be insane. As you can see, the menu is based off of Help Wanted, because it's supposed to display characters from each game, being Freddy Fazbear, Toy Chica, and Springtrap, and then you have Nightmare Foxy behind you. And so yeah, I think the first logical thing to do is go to the only map that is created, and it's FNAF 1. And so, oh, it's lagging. Oh, now it's not. So, this is the first pizzeria, and this button takes you back. It's kind of laggy. Oh, because there's a lot of stuff here. And so, yeah, and now you have this pizzeria. And before I actually show you the true inside of it, I want to actually show you the outside. So I built an entire outside backdrop for this pizzeria, and it is insane. This is based off of that image, that one image. You probably seen it before, but it's like the Freddy Fazbear's Pizza in real life, and it's based off of that, even down to the car. And you got a bunch of stuff. You got a bunch of trees. You got this little thing over here, and I added border blocks because they're not actually, when this is going to be released, you're not going to be able to leave this vicinity, even though you're probably not likely going to leave the pizzeria too much. And pizzeria is more or less for mod showcases and role plays, if those things are even still things now. So yeah, now we're gonna go look at the pizzeria. But first, I'm gonna need some night vision, because I forgot I left it in night time. And where's there we go. This is the night vision. And so yeah, let's go look at this place. And this is the main entrance. You got a button that can take you back, and that was the first thing I showed. You got this little reception area with some chairs, and you got some lights. This is for a cool function. You got an employees only office, because apparently in the book the week before, there is a employees only office in the FNAF 1 pizzeria, which is kind of cool. And Now this is what the main show stage area looks like. You got a pinball, not pinball, a skee ball machine. You got some basic arcade machines. And then you got the prize corner, which I forgot to add prize, but by the time I release this, this will probably be there. And this is based off of the prize corner from FNAF, Help Wanted. And you got the main show stage with Freddy, Bonnie, and Chica. I gave them stuff, but not Bonnie, because I don't really know what item to use as a substitute for a guitar. And like I don't really know. And if there is an item that you think would work, could you probably tell me in the comments below. And you got the clouds. This is in a newer version of Minecraft with a bunch of new blocks. And you have a crane machine, some more arcade machines, a DDR machine, and then you have Pirates Cove and the new sign that they added from the new block. I don't remember the name of it, but it's white, and so it can really work as the out of order sign. And as you can see, you got Foxy and it's this hook. And then you have parts and service, and parts and service is the one from FNAF 1. You have a endoskeleton. I just used the normal skeleton head because the game is still Minecraft. Oh yeah, and you're probably wondering what this is. These are map art. I have a bunch of that scattered. Even these wires are map art. And then you have these two buttons, day and night, and you can get to see it. I'm gonna go grab some milk so I can show you, because the difference is night and day. And so this is what it looks like in the daytime. Everything is bright and cheerful, and this is what it looks like at nighttime. And you may not be able to know much of a difference, but this is what it looks like at night. It's super dark, so if you're trying to do like a role play, you can have night and day, so you can see what they look like at the different times. And it just uses some daylight sensors to get that to work. No command blocks in place. And forgot to mention, this is completely in vanilla Minecraft. There's no mods required for this. And this is just what the place looks like in day. And then I'm just gonna keep it like this so I won't have to have night vision. And then you have the bathroom area. I made these pizza textures myself. And then you just have the bathrooms. They're kind of small, like really small. But I really wanted to get like the camera look to it. Like when you're looking through it, it looks like the camera from FNAF 1, where you can only see into like a little bit of like the bathroom. And I even made like the what's that called? The bathroom signs. And use this. Because they're called, and I use like map art for these. It's really good. It adds so much detail to a build that you will not really be able to do with just vanilla Minecraft blocks. And then you have the kitchen, and I made the kitchen, and it's pretty cool. Well, you have some stuff in here, and then you also have Golden Freddy. That's a little nod to that rumor that was back in the day. I forgot to add the banners to this. By the time you get the map, it's going to probably be there. I don't guarantee it, but there's something I gotta show before I go to the office area. And it's actually that I added the secret room from FNAF 3 this year, because it's supposed to be here. And I have Springtrap just sitting down over here. It's just a little nod, a little reference to FNAF 3, because I like adding those. And now I'm gonna go back into spectator mode so I can, what's that called, do that. And then I'm gonna go drink this milk so I can get rid of that, because I kind of don't really like night vision. And now you have the hallways. You have this hallway, and it's pretty good looking. And you have this room, and I use some armor stand trickery to get the bucket and the broom looking pretty nice. And I used a bookshelf to look like the shelf with a bunch of stuff, and you just have a light right there. And then you have these little dangly things. And I use nether stars to get them. And you have some wires on top of these pipes that I just use some fences. You have the monitors, and you have all the trash on the floor. And it's supposed to be like the area with the poster the Freddy poster, and you have this was like the paper, just the paper that's on the wall, and this is supposed to be like the children's drawings on the wall. And then you have the next hallway, which is pretty cool. It's like a recreation of that, has more of the dangly things, and you even have like with some more monitors, and you have this is using the empty bookshelf that they add into Minecraft. It's a chiseled bookshelf. I didn't know it was called that, but these are empty bookshelves, and they work really well for the decorations outside them. You have the little dangly things, of course. This is supposed to be the newspaper clipping, and these are supposed to just be papers. And you have the wires that I created, and you just have some trash on the floor. And I actually want to show you the office at nighttime, because the office at nighttime looks pretty cool. So we're gonna turn it to night, and also because I want to show you how the some of the functions I added to it. And now you have the office. This is the FNAF 1 office, and it looks pretty good. It looks like Five Nights at Freddy's 1, but in Minecraft you have the Celebrate poster. These are supposed to be the children drawings, and I used more armor stand tricks to add more detail on the what is that called again, on the desk. And I forgot to show you, there's like a little like speaker has moved. I'm gonna have to move it back at some point, but there's supposed to be a speaker right there, but I think a piston pushed it out the way, so I'm gonna have to re-add it at some point. And this is just what it looks like. I forgot to add the things to the lockers, but it's going to be finished at some point by the time you get it. And I don't know why I went into spectator mode. I thought I was turning off night vision, which I need the milk to do that. And so now you have actually the lights. They actually work. Press on them and they light up the entire. I might adjust the light because this might be too much. This is just actually flash banging the animatronics at this point. And you have the doors, which I really like. The doors are pretty cool. If you want to know how to do doors like that, I want to turn on night vision so you can actually see it. If you want to know how to do these doors using the /cloning command, there's a video from some dude. I think the guy's name like Cup of Tea EXE, and he has a video on the Five Nights at Candy place, and he shows you how to make these doors. So if you want to add them to your own pizzeria, you can, and they just look pretty cool. And I think that's about it for part 1 of this video. And if you want to see more videos like this, put in the comments below. And thanks for the support like always. This was your host, TaquitoMan64. See you all in the next one. Goodbye. So guys, it's me, TaquitoMan64, and today we're going to be doing another build showcase, which it's basically the same build showcase because it's Build Showcase 20 Part 2 Revenge of Brotherhood. And the last time we checked out Freddy Fazbear's Pizzeria. Now I built the new and improved Freddy Fazbear's Pizzeria. And just so you know, just like last time, this map is going to be completely free 100%. There's going to be nothing needed to get it. It's going to be free. And so, yeah, let's just jump right in to the new and improved Freddy Fazbear's Pizza. Oh, it's lagging a little bit. It's okay, it's good. So there's actually something I want to show you before I get into here. And what I wanted to show you was this. I built a whole facade like usual, and this is what you're probably going to be seeing if you want to leave the pizzeria. And just like last time, there are border blocks that prevents you from leaving this area. And you just have a couple of buildings to make it look like it's in a city, and then you have a train, which I actually do want to show you that train, and you can have some street lamps over here. I gotta add like some light blocks, but I'll add that in when I actually do it. And this is like a little train that I built, which I really like how this train came out. It's pretty cool, and I have to show it off because I did a bunch of works. I did a good bit of like work on this train. And it's like a really cool, I use some cool techniques. It doesn't have an interior because you're never really meant to see the inside of this train. But yeah, you got a couple of buildings and just got a little facade area to show that this place is in like a little city. So then like, again, it looks really nice. And then out here you have a little bit of a garbage and a dumpster and some monitors. Like, this wasn't actually supposed to be here. This was like actually like something that was not supposed to be seen. I was supposed to show all this, but I actually liked how it looked, so I turned it into garbage and I just put a dumpster. But yeah, this is based off of that popular image of Freddy Fazbear's Pizza based off of some random Chuck E. Cheese. And I think I did a decent job at replicating it and making it look like that. And so now we're gonna go on to the actual build of the pizzeria. And the build is pretty cool. You got the main reception area. We have a couple of chairs. And then you also have the reception desks. And this red button takes you back to here. This is so you can like travel between the different like pizzerias. So then like, you know, you can go back and then go to another one. So I added that button too, just like in the original place. And yeah, this just looks pretty cool. And now you have the main party room, which I think I did a good job at replicating FNAF 2 with this. You got, of course, the main stage with Freddy, Toy Freddy, Toy Bonnie, and Toy Chica, which I think they're looking pretty nice. And then you have just some like curtains, and you have some what are those things called again? I don't even know what they're called. Speakers. And you have this supposed to be the banner right there, and I think I did a good job. I was supposed to actually like add two things right here because, you know, it's supposed to look like it's supposed to look like it's hanging from like string, but that looks pretty cool. We have all these tables with different things, and I never explained why I'm using candles. It's supposed to be the party hats because I don't know what happened to the blocks, the like heads I was using to be those, and like they're just gone now. And I don't know where to find them, so I'm just using those. And this is like the area, like the prize corner area where the puppet is. You got some Freddy, Bonnie, Chica, and Foxy plushes. You have some balloons. This is supposed to be the little poster. And you got the puppet in there. Maybe I'll re-add in like the thing where you like press on a pressure plate and he'll like come out, but you got the puppet inside of there. You got some pizza wall decorations, and then you have this area, the Balloon Boy little area, and I used a little tiny armor stand for Balloon Boy. And then you just have a bunch of like balloons over here, the party banner, and you got a bunch of presents and like balloons. And you got the carousel, which, dude, the carousel, like one of the best blocks to use to build the carousel is this. And like it's really cool now using the new wood block for like the little like white things. And as you can see, it just looks like the one from the games, which that's what I'm trying to replicate. And then you have Mangle's room, the room that Mangle's in Kids Cove, and you have some balloons, and you have some presents, and you have some details on the wall that look like a bunch of stuff. And you have the wires that I made. I think these are supposed to be like streamers. And then you have the poster that's represented by that. And you have, of course, map art for that, and you have map art for this. Using a bunch of map art, and you have Mangle just on the floor, which is pretty cool. And like, and then you have the hallway. This is a cool little hallway. A cool little hallway. It's the hallway from the game. I think it's like Camp 7. You got some posters. You got another poster, and you got the bathroom signs. And then you have some more pizza decals, and you have this. And you know, it's kind of something funny that I just realized. When I was playing FNAF 2, not really playing, I was like more or less watching a video about FNAF 2. Because I can play the game, but sometimes I don't feel like playing it. He's like, I just noticed something that the phone guy said, is that the phone guy basically said like Mangle's like a him, and like that's always what they refer to as Mangle. And they always refer to like the toy animatronics as just like the new versions of these animatronics, which kind of leads me to believe that in canon they're actually just like not named the toy animatronics, and they're just like named the same animatronics, but like different names, slightly different names. That's just something I'm gonna throw out there. And then you also have a urinal, and you have some toilets, and then the bathroom for the females is the exact same. And that's pretty cool. And now you have what's that called again? Parts and service, which you have the old models, which I'm pretty sure these are like in the game referred to as like the old animatronics, which is kind of funny. They're not actually called the Wizards, but as you can see, you got all of them: Withered Bonnie, Withered Chica, and Withered Freddy. And you got Withered Foxy and Withered Golden Freddy. And then of course you have these buttons that change it from day and night. And you could go to nighttime, then the building will get dark, which I still left enough light in the building that like you can still see. So if you're like doing like a role play, you can still see and like have it on in the dark. And then basically I'm gonna turn back the day, so then I can show off the rest of the building, and I'll turn it to night to show you the office, so I can show you your functions. Now you have this party room, which this is pretty cool. I actually like the party rooms. They're pretty fun, pretty cool, and this is based off of, I think, party room 3 or 4. I don't know which one this is. This is either one, but this is the one that has the paper pals on the wall. And then you have this party room, and this is the one that has like a bunch of balloons. It has like the celebrate poster in it, and again it has a bunch of balloons and some like streamers tables, which I actually really what was it? What is that? Oh, this is one of the party rooms. I have the dangly things. I forgot to mention that I have these dangly things in some of them. I don't know if they're in all of them. You got the wet floor sign and the actual puddle that I built. And then you have the vent that leads into the office, and then you just have this banner, or at least what I'm trying to make to be a banner. And now you have what's that called again? This party room, which I don't actually know which ones these are. This is either, I think that one might be 2, this might be 1. I think that's 3, and I think that's actually 4. So yeah, I think those are the correct party rooms, and this is just like I think that's the most plain out of all the party rooms. You just have a couple of posters and like a banner, and then just like these are supposed to be like the little like dudes, the little like paper dudes. Sometimes you got like little things right here to be like the warning signs. That's what the redstone represents. You know, it's kind of something funny from FNAF 2 that I remember. He's like, he just straight up calls the old animatronics, the withered animatronics, ugly. He just straight, like the phone guy would straight say, the old models are just so ugly. It's kind of funny. But this is the office, and I think I did a good job at replicating the office. This is more or less based off of FNAF 2, the actual game. Most people will base their offices on like FNAF Help Wanted, which I don't know if that's the most definitive version. But yeah, this is the office, and you have the Freddy mask over here on top of a box. That's from Help Wanted. Same with this shelf behind you. And you got the poster. This is just from the original. You got a bunch of wires, which I don't know why there's so many wires. And in this pizzeria, you got the dangly things. And then you have like a bunch of paper. This is what these are supposed to be representing, the paper. And then you have these bone meal to be representing little paper balls. And then you have like, and then the fan. And then you have just the monitor stacks over here, like in FNAF 2, and you have like these signs and stuff representing like paper, and then you have more wires, more dangly things, and then you actually have the buttons. These actually work as like the flashlight, and I actually think I did a good job, and it kind of is a bit dark and kind of creepy because I kind of do feel like Foxy is gonna appear there any second. And then you have more lights over here. These are for like the vents. And so yeah, this actually does look a lot like the one from the game. And like, yeah, I pretty much just recreated Five Nights at Freddy's 2 in Minecraft, at least the building, and of course you have the light, which this place actually does light up in the day. I just added a light right here, and you have a chain light, and then there's like another like little light right here that's a light block, just giving it a little bit of light during the night, so then it looks like the pizzeria. But this place dark is kind of creepy, and I don't really like it. And so yeah, I think that's about it for this build showcase. I hope you guys like it. Remember, stay tuned. Part 3 of Build Showcase 20 will come out soon. So yeah, stay tuned for that. If you want to see more like this, put in the comments below. Thanks for support like always. This was your host, TaquitoMan64. See you all in the next one. Goodbye. It's me, TaquitoMan64, and today we're back with another build showcase, and it's still Build Showcase 20, but this is part 3, The Fire Fades, and we're gonna be going to Fazbear Frights. And I like FNAF 3, and I like building Fazbear Frights. I kind of forgot to turn that off, the thing, so don't pay attention to the fact that there are like 30 commands running, because I forgot to turn that off. And this is the first area of Fazbear Frights, and of course, just like with all my builds, you have a way to go straight back here. It does still lag. I don't know why, but next time we're gonna be going to FNAF 4 soon. I'm gonna do the usual by showing you the outside. This is the outside of Fazbear Frights. I really could not think of anything else other than this. You got the border blocks like always, and you even got this little area that has a bunch of garbage, and that's pretty much it. You have some boarded up windows to make this place look like it's ancient, like this place is like a literal ancient horror attraction. And so yeah, you have some little red things. These are like little lines, so then like people can go into a line. You have the celebrate poster from FNAF 1, and these are supposed to be like those gray and light gray posters. And then this is the little like reception area, which I just added this in because this is like a little thing. You have 2 little chairs, and now you actually have this door, and yes, it does open. You can see that animation, it does open. And so we're going to put on some night vision because this place is pretty goddamn dark, and I want you to be able to see what this place looks like. And so now you have this little area. This is like, I think, cam 10, the hallway for that. And then you have ring trap right here, and it's pretty much just a carbon copy of the one from the what's that called again, from the title screen area, because that looks pretty good. And these are supposed to be like the pipes. You have some boxes lying around, and you have the exit door, and yes, this button does work the same way. That's pretty cool. And you have a pipe right here. This, I think, right here is cam 9 right here. Right here would be that. And then now you have cam 8, and this is pretty cool. If I turn this off, turn off the night vision, you can see that it has a flashing light, and that's one of the reasons why this has so many commands going. But yeah, you have these presents over here because it's an actual part of the camera. You have these are supposed to be like these little like paper people things, and you have like some, it's supposed to be paper. You got the puppet mask right there. You got more of that, some wires and some more pipes, and then you have the arcade area, like the area with the arcade rooms with like the arcade machines. I think this looks pretty good. And I added a bunch of junk that really sell that, like, oh, this is a horror attraction. These speakers would actually be, realistically, would be actually working. And this is, I think, this would be cam 5. Yeah, I think this would be cam 5. This area right here would be cam 6, and this would be cam 7. That's cam 8, yeah. I'm really trying to remember how FNAF 3 was laid out, but this is the hallway. I added the little dangly things. I just put some nether stars on them. You have some pizzas on the wall. You have just a bunch of junk, and you have 2 areas to access this. And then you have this area, and if I'm gonna turn this off right here, you can see that there's yet another flashing light coming from the Bonnie over here. And you have some vents. And it's just a pretty cool looking little area. And then you have I think this right here would be, I'm pretty sure this is cam 2. This is cam 3, and this is like cam 4. So yeah, this is like the hallway with those 2 cams. I used an old tactic by putting chickens inside of the walls to add like little wires up here because I couldn't like use other methods for wires. And then you just have some chains with some light bulbs on them, and then you have this area with the foxy head, which this is cam 4. And if you look at this for too long, I'm pretty sure you can get like attacked by Phantom Mangle in the original game. And then that's pretty much it. And now we're going into the office. I'm actually going to turn out I should keep on the lights, but I just want to show you that these little things right here emit a little bit of a light. It's supposed to look like, oh, they're really like glowing. That's kind of the point. It's supposed to make it look like that. Now I'm going to turn back on the night vision, and we're going to check out this whole area. This is the area outside the office. I added some junk here. We got all the things, and these are actually emitting light too. Just very little. Same with the other ones over there. I keep drinking about. It's like how these are more vents, and then you have the actual vents that lead to the office. Yes, this actually does have the vent system, but it doesn't have like any of the actual like vent system. You can't seal them. It's supposed to be like a TV stack, and you have a bunch of stuff. You have the Freddy Fazbear outside the door. You have the exit door, and I'm pretty sure this right here is cam 1. This will be cam 1. And now I'm going to actually drink the milk to show you what the office looks like. And this is the office. Pretty cool. And you got a little light over here. It works like in FNAF 2 because I'm pretty sure it's always. I don't think that was in there since Help 1. You got the desk that has the Bonnie, Freddy, and Chica, and you have the hot dog, and you have the cup. It's supposed to be blue, but I genuinely did not feel like looking for a new head for this. I might change it later. Got the maintenance panel. This is based off of Help 1. You got the day and night thing, which this basically just changes, which day and night basically just changes the little room over there, like the reception room. You have the box with all of the toy animatronic heads, and you have a little vent right there. These are supposed to be like the paper, and that's supposed to be like the paper, and you have wires going down like in the real thing. And yeah, that's pretty much it for Fazbear Frights. It's not too much. It's just enough, and yeah, the next part should hopefully be the final part of Build Showcase 20. And if you guys like this video and you want to see more like this, put in the comments below. And thanks for the support like always. See you all in the next one. Goodbye. So guys, it's me, TLman64, and you know what it is. We're back with Build Showcase 20 Part 4, final chapter. For now, I might come back to it one day. But this is it. I finally finished FNAF 4. But before I go to this place, I gotta show you, I extended this room. There's now a little room that says credits room, where you go in here and you get to read out what is it called? You get to read out basically the rules of this map, because I wanted there to be a way for you to basically like know what it is. It basically says you are free to customize this map and use it for role plays and mod showcases, as long as you credit me and it's created by me. So yeah, You got withered Freddy over there, you got withered Bonnie, and you got withered Chica behind you. It's just another little extension of this room, of this title area. And now let's go to Five Nights at Freddy's whorehouse. And this is the living room. Oh, it's lagging a little bit. This is the living room of the Five Nights at Freddy's whorehouse, which I think this looks like a good combination of the one from, what's that called again? The one from Sister Location, because it's based off where you got the where Michael sits, where you have the popcorn, the exotic butters, you have the TV, you have the lamp, the ugly lamps, and then you have a painting, and then you have this chair, which is based off the 8-bit minigame, and then you have the day and night system over here, because, you know, I wanted you to be able to switch from day and night. But you also have outside of here, you have an entire like outside, and you got the road and you got an entire road, like the entire area from Five Nights at Freddy's 4. And this is like the little park area. You got the car, you got this, and there's a very familiar location, and there's a little secret in this map that I want you to find out yourself. But yeah, this is literally the entire area from the 8-bit minigame. You even got like a little whoa, oh wait, I forgot. There's no wall on top of there, and you got a little highway that leads up to there, that leads out of the place. You have a bunch of trees. So yeah, that's pretty much it for the outside, and I based it off of the Midnight Motorist house, which is theorized to be the FNAF 4 house, which it's theorized that William Afton has the FNAF 4 house, which I don't know how true that is, but it made my time building this build way easier. So like, yeah. And now you have the outside, you have this is like, I think I do have this hallway from Five Nights at Freddy's 4. We have a painting, and then you have this table with a painting head, an ugly lamp, and then you have 3 paintings, and then you have another little drawer thing, and then you have a grandfather clock. And then over here you have the kitchen, which the kitchen actually has the button that takes you back to the main area, which is pretty cool. And now you gotta wait for it to stop lagging a little bit, and I only moved it in there because it was the best area that I could put it. And you have a little microwave, and you have a refrigerator and 1 stove. Like, this is pretty much like the worst kitchen you could ever have. And then you have another ugly lamp, a drawer, and you got a painting, and then you got these 2 windows, which I used the banners for it. And now you have the Fun with Plush Trap room, which I was supposed to add Plush Trap. I haven't added any animatronics to the FNAF 4 place yet, but I will probably add them soon. Plush Trap will be added. You got the little window. And now you got some rooms. This room is obviously supposed to be the purple guy's room, which, if you don't know, William Afton is the purple guy, and I based it off of that theory. And if this build ages poorly, oh well, it's just a product of a forgotten era. But because of Secret of the Mimic, I think that is very, very likely. And you got a little computer, you got a little desk, and a purple bed. You got the FNAF 4 room, kids room. You have the plushies, and then you have the blue bed, and then you have the little drawer with a lamp. And now you have the sisters room from FNAF 4. I was supposed to put Mangle here, but I kind of forgot. That'll probably be here by the time you get to play on this map. And this is the bathroom, and I made a little bathroom because there's no house without a little bathroom. You have a mirror with a sink, you have some drawers, and then you have a bathtub, and you have a toilet. So yeah, that's pretty much it for like for this little area where you have all these rooms. And now you have the actual FNAF 4 room. I think I did a good job at replicating. You got all the paintings over here. You got the little what's that called again? Then you got the lava lamp. You got the what's that called again? A clock. And you got the purple fan. You got the caterpillar and the toy phone. And this is the replacement for the robot. And you got the yellow lamps. You got another yellow lamp over here. You got some paintings over here. You got the bed with the Freddy plush on it. And you got the little desk, little side drawer, bedside drawer with the flowers in it. And then you have the closet, which has some, what's that called again? Shirts in there, and you have the Foxy plush. If you press this button, you can close the closet. And it also is the same thing with this door. You can open and close these doors, and these door designs are based off of another YouTuber's design named cupoftea.exe. They are based off it, so if you want to learn how to do these doors, go watch his videos, because he will tell you how to make them. So yeah. And I think then you got some nether stars, and other than that, I think I'm pretty much done. The last thing I gotta show you is what the place looks like when you turn out the lights. And when you turn up the lights, you still have very little light over here. I forgot about this. This was a hole that I never fixed, and you can turn out the lights, and it is very fudging dark in here. Oh my gosh. And then you got this, so like it actually does look like the FNAF 4. Yeah, this is kind of scary. Like you can vaguely see everything, but yeah, this is pretty much just FNAF 4 with how dark it is. So yeah, I hope you guys like this video. If you want to see more videos like this, put it in the comments below. And yeah, the map should be in the link in the description below if you wanna to check it out for yourself. And it's going to be completely free with what's the code? There's nothing else needed. So yeah, it's completely vanilla Minecraft. This was your host, TealMan64. See you all in the next one. Goodbye.